What's up, baby girls? We are back in Santa Monica for some more Counter-Strike. Another grand final is coming your way, and this time it's in North America, the land of the free, apparently. Here we are in Santa Monica. It's still sunny, it's nice and warm. There are no fires today that we are aware of, and I just got myself a glass nail file because why not? Well, this next man has everything needs a nail file. So, I don't know, if you use a glass nail file, let me know if they're any good, because I'm getting mixed reviews, man, but it comes in a little case. I'm just going to leave that over there. We've got a big grand final for you. We've got Liquid versus ATK, but there's no Nitro. Where's Nitro? I don't know, but he's not on the server. Dren is going to be playing instead, so that'll be quite interesting. We can have a very quick look at the bracket and see how both these teams got here. Never mind that, we can do that afterwards because we're going to go into the veto instead. We are about 20-ish minutes behind, so we're going to make this one speedy. How are you? Great. How are you? That's fantastic. Dust 2 Inferno. No, Dan, we're trying to move quickly, okay? Dust 2, Inferno, and Overpass are going to be the maps of this series. Dan, who's going to win?
ATK are going to win because they have a little bit of help. Nitro's not present. Dren's going to be playing instead. So there's that factor. And also on top of that, ATK, they got some serious underdog factor. They played really well yesterday. I think they surprised all of us with how well they played. I think they're ready for this. What's
curious is a Dren going to play in Nitro's roles and pick up an AWP, which he's not really known for, as far as I'm concerned at least? Or are they going to try to be like, oh, you play B, as you'll commonly do? Then you've got two players playing out of position, and then your synergy just goes down the pan. What's the best approach here?
Actually, Dren was the opper for Liquid when he was playing for them. And
in always, or in the late stage?
No, I think pretty much all. There was one point where I think someone else was
opper, I remember now when certain guy called him a $5,000 decoy. That was infamous, yeah. Okay, back in the room. It's been a while. So interesting to see if he can kind of clean up that reputation.
Liquid's best placing in a major did have a Dren. So therefore, Liquid's going to win.
All right, I'm going to pick Liquid as well because I feel like if you're supposed to be top 2 teams in the world, you should be able to overcome an up-and-coming team, I want to say. But ATK are hungry. I will respect that. We'll see. I don't know, man. I'm going to pick Liquid, though. He's gone ATK. He's gone Liquid. Sliggy, what do you think?
I'm wearing a South African shirt, so I'm going with JT and Sonic, so ATK.
Oh, respect. Okay, I like that. I actually just made a bravado. I saw one of the South African guys had a bravado sticker, which made me go and buy a bravado sticker while we were watching the other day. So I made my South African deagle, but I'm still going to pick Liquid. But we've got a nice split. We've got a 50-50. What do the people think, though? I think that ATK is not yet a... Well, everything is a brand, essentially. But if you know what I mean, it's not yet a brand. Which too many people are going to recognize. And obviously Team Liquid is the horsey horse, so I would expect a solid... Actually, I was going to say 80%, but maybe if it was a full Liquid squad, perhaps there are doubters out there. Perhaps there are fickle people who will vote for ATK instead. Let's see the numbers that the people have voted for. There we go, 71%, okay. Could be worse. ATK are a team which doesn't promise. They're hungry, man. They will look to exploit, but first they have to identify the holes in the game to exploit them. Now, considering Nitro is not playing today, what do Pinnacle think of this? Where have they put their odds? 1.37. Still a solid favorite are Team Liquid. The knife is live, I am told, so we won't have to wait too long to get into things. Now, Dan, what were you going to say about my glass nail file?
It says on it, bona fide beauty. Which I think that's very fitting for you, James.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
It says premium Czech glass. Came all the way from
what, China?
From Europe, man.
From Europe.
The Czech Republic.
Bona fide beauty glass files are made in the Czech Republic for premium quality Czech glass. Please handle with care. Dropping the file from a height, bumping it against a hard surface, or placing it under pressure can lead to chipping or breakage. I don't know if people use glass files. I don't know how common these things are. But it even says on the sticker, premium Czech glass. The game is going to be live very soon. Can we do top-down cam? Do you want to see? It's got like a nice little fade thing going on. So yeah, you never know what you're going to get when it comes to an ECS show, especially in terms of my deliveries.
You see a fan of objects that are about the size of a pen.
Yes.
There might even be a pen that can murder people.
Yes.
What's the fun of these things?
Liquid are starting Dust 2 on the CT side, and Dren's on the server. Dren, he's one of the guys I've learned a lot about CS from. A lot of the little nerd detail about having your shadow settings high so you can see them from further away. Things like that. His YouTube channel is full of useful information. We'll see if he picks up the AWP later on. Elige will start the proceedings at short position. Twist will help as well, falling down in every sense of the words or phrase. Twist. And ATK now have a man advantage.
ATK kind of tricked them there. Committed Twist to a jump. Twist thinking that they were committing through to mid, but they hadn't yet. And that is going to make things more favorable for ATK with the numbers, but the flashbang is perfect. Elige's doing so much damage this round. They could pick up that CT pistol.
They have Stewie for the AWP as well. Dren played with what, Flom on the Mythic team before, so he should be relatively warm. Because some people don't play, but I imagine he still does. I always see him on at least logged in on the FACEIT because he's an admin in the Mythic League, so I can see him in the bronze chat where I'm currently stuck. Well, they've got off on the right foot. Nafly will have a scout for this particular round, currently playing at long doors. I miss some of the nerdy things on Old Dust 2. Like you could get on blue and jump onto some weird angle to have a look through long doors. That doesn't exist on the current Dust 2, however. All change and all that.
So looking to go for that burst. This is one of the perhaps the most and best option, especially when teams play passively on this kind of round. Although we have a potential push available to Twist, but
most and best option.
The most used and
the most option.
The most option.
This is the most and best.
You play for the cat plant using some smoke, some flashes. You can get across. The CTs can't actually get an angle to punish you unless they play someone goose. And as long as you avoid getting fragged, you're guaranteed a bomb plant. And then when you get the bomb plant, maybe you get some kills as well. The CTs will be forced out of position. Wow, I don't even understand how he got that kill, but he will get traded out. So it does start off pretty well for ATK to get the bomb plant, and now they've got the kill. One more kill would be amazing. But
fired for Stewie. Oh, this is falling to pieces. With two players that could have quickly turned around. Somehow Dren gets a reload in. He's got no grenades for this. The spray's pretty good. That's a 1 HP MOTM, and he's still trying to bait. There he goes. There's no kit for Adrenaline. Is there one somewhere else? Perhaps not. Chasing the frag now with the USP versus a no Kevlar JT. He's going to get Barong immediately and finished off, and a rifle will be stolen. Liquid have lost the second round.
It's over, James.
I'm not sure. Did the long guys flash behind the guy's elevator? I couldn't really tell, but it seemed like they were on elbow. The T's were just chilling, not blind, taking battles. And we had two people from Liquid that were in long A, so kind of an odd fight to take without flashes.
It's a sign. It's a sign that ATK is locked in, James. They're locked in. They're going to be at LAN.
Your Fangle for right mid, perhaps?
Yeah, making sure they don't run into lower dark.
No OTM.
I play more mixers with him. He's really fun to play with, man.
He's the personification of a tryhard in the respect that he wants to win. He will make his best effort too. If you've ever used the phrase tryhard, you are a pleb, by the way.
So you're a pleb.
I'm referencing the phrase tryhard. I'm not using the phrase tryhard per se.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I respect people who make an effort, Dan.
I only respect people that make all of the effort, not just a little bit.
I didn't realize we had a scale of effort, but okay.
There is definitely a scale of effort.
Well, there is a scale of effort for sure.
And there's a lot of people that just they fail to hit the mark.
Failing is fine. Trying is important.
Participation awards.
You can do, like, if you're playing with people who aren't the best, you can do more, I think, with a person who isn't very good but will try and work with you versus a person who's better but an idiot.
Yeah.
And doesn't communicate and so on.
I think you'll be happier with the process, but sad about the outcome.
People try and fail, that's fine. If they don't try, I'm disappointed. 'Cause that's where frustration comes.
So again, we're seeing a pretty methodical game plan from ATK. It's got a couple layers to it. You know, you have that default to begin with. They control mid, make sure that Liquid can't really get anything going. And they get that take on long, and then they finish out the rest of the round after getting a couple picks, getting more information about the round. And this is what we saw yesterday. OTM and Co, I suppose, et al. So JT, from what we understand, is the IGL, but ATK, they've been playing really well in terms of having phases to their rounds, having a method from start to finish. And one of the things that has been most impressive is how good they are at moving together and how quick they are. When they decide that they want to take the next position, they're very quick at doing it. And that's, I think, been one of their strengths that I've noticed.
Yeah, they flip a switch at some point in the round, and they're down to just take the battles. And they don't need to clear every single corner, smoke everything off, make sure every peak is flashed for them. It's good. That's some confidence for sure.
So it's the worst possible start for Liquid too, because if you win that first round and lose the following one, you get completely reset on your money. Being on the CT side, you need the AWPs out ASAP. We might see some hero plays from Adren with the AWP. Looking forward to that.
Scout for now. The MOTM has a superior angle. And B-bomb site has been taken. So it's a slow start for Team Liquid. We'll be curious to see how they perform in this series, for sure. Missing a very key player. Big opportunity for ATK to make it to LAN. Jumping Mach 10 will be enough to take out Nafline, then there was just Twist. Just waiting for the next round, really, these Liquid players. Not much for them to get out of this. Anyway, the whole team is down. 4,300 almost universally. Adren with 100 more. So they'll be starting round number 5 without an AWP. And maybe it's Dewey who picks up the sniper first. He has that capability on quite a few of the maps, if not all of them. Well, I mean, he has the individual capability wherever he wants, but has to make sense for the team as well.
Are they going to run into B? No. It's defaulting. I wanted to see it. Like we're starting off 4 towards A at the beginning of this round to really shut down any long play, but there was none. But they are very far away from B still. Moving 2 towards mid now will help matters, but they might lose the side quickly. It's just Stewie here. Sprays can do lots of damage, but he does get traded 1-for-1 effectively, so it's going to be an issue. And he's trying to make his way forwards. He didn't get a kill there. The trades come through though, still. Fighting for this bomb site, unable to get the plant just yet, and Floppy punishing the running, although he made some steps, I think, himself. And that gave the clue to Twist to take him down now, as OC and JT are the ones that are left in the clutch in the 2v3 on B.
Twist has a molly, which he can deploy. I mean, some people put it in this position where OC is, some put it under the window, and the T's are in both positions. Seems he was considering the car area as well, which probably has the best cover with position from the halls. Adren taking OC out, and JT there under the window. The fast fire of the Krieg won't be enough. Teasing from the window. Nafly will finish off the job.
That's the way to play a retake like that. They took their time. They sent Adren back to tunnel to get the angle on plat locked down. They mollied car. At that point, you know, Adren clears plat, and the Xbox there, the big box, they can only be sight. So I think they did a really good job methodically doing that retake.
Three Kriegs on Twist, Elige, and Nafly. God damn, that's going to be nasty. 3 Kriegs for the T side as well, but when you're holding the angles as a CT, it really can be dangerous, especially on the B bomb site, where it's just M4s for this round, interestingly. I feel like Krieg or Norg can be so powerful towards B. Flash in the mid position. ATK with some military precision as they check with 2 players. Ready to trade if needed. Cut the sounds. Will Elish have good timing on his HE grenade? You can see JT wanting to prod. There's a Molotov, and here comes the HE. Perfect timing.
Liquid looking to slow things down with the utility, but ATK happy to sit in catwalk for now. It's pretty cool because it looks like ATK have like a pretty good understanding of how how you're supposed to work the D4 on this map. Still prodding. This is kind of the timing you begin to expect that they would start to say to Liquid, hey, we're going to go for an A play, or maybe we're not. By starting to get that lurk smoke going on the rail, on catwalk. And they have they've committed 2 into the B bomb side, so they've pushed Liquid to the most passive positions that they can. The B split would actually be the strongest here, but we'll see if what they go for. If they execute it well, and like either B or A play will be good.
Three-man swing from ATK, and Team Liquid are losing position. There's a high flashbang to the nav fly. That's a great start and a fantastic finish. Oh my god, he's drilling them like it's home improvement. All the Liquid players alive, and there are more Kriegs to be collected if they want them.
I feel like, and Valisi, let me know what you think, but I feel like ATK sell themselves short in the way that they are playing so passive. They're happy to just get the catwalk plant without any kills. I feel like you have to take something and try to fight for something.
Yeah, absolutely. I think overall they did a really good job until that hit, actually resetting Liquid setup to a 3-2. They had some upper B pressure, some long pressure, some mid pressure. They cleared mid. So I think they could have done a little bit more with actually how the hit went down. Maybe be a little bit more aggressive, like you said, on the hit. You can't just play a 5v5. Retake, you've given up long, elevator, everything. Your mid flank's open, so improvements to be made.
4 Kriegs and an AWP, 5 scopes, 5 monocles on the Liquid side. That is a sign of success. HE does not too shabby damage. And presence is shown. OC moving forward with AWP. 4 plays in mid for ATK. Floppy maybe lurking outside long, keeping the CTs on it, so they're just waiting. They're playing a responsive game, a reactive game at present. Some movement from Elish in CT spawn. Starts to peek towards short, it looks like. Smoke's going away. Did he see OC? I think he did. OC will deliver that kill. That is the bomb spotted, but there's nothing untoward really with a minute on the clock here. But it seems that ATK, in reaction to that frag, will start to move around. Stewie's got a job to do. He'll fall back to B in time. Dren's not going to spot the push. Maybe he does. Oh, Stewie's going to be taken out by Sonic going through the smoke, and Dren's got a lot of work to do with no grenades. Walks to have a look at the doors, and he's punished for doing so. And Liquid are out of position. Timing did not work out for Liquid there on the B bomb site with the push through the smoke. The angle being held.
I don't understand why you like that Krieg so much, James.
What, the racing livery?
Yeah.
It's a classic racing livery. It's very, very classic. I like things which are classic. They have character to them.
Okay.
All these modern machines are soulless, Dad. That's why you won't see me wearing an iWatch anytime soon. Not that I want notifications on my wrist. The phone's enough. These things which resonate with us. That's what makes us human. There are other nice ones. The Bulldozer's nice as well. There's a few nice Kriegs, actually. There's a few nice Kriegs. You can see Sliggy's a fan of the Ultraviolets. It's a bit too much black on that one for me. It's got the London conspiracy sticker, so I like the contrast that's going on there. I respect it. I see what they're doing.
Well, the defaults continue, and I like that. Again, I think that's ATK put themselves in some favorable positions. I mean, that's kind of the purpose of it, really, is... Well, interestingly, if you get that situation where it's a 2v3 and the CTs don't know where it's going to be and they're kind of passive on the A-bomb side, that's a great place to be. And they're going to go for a take here, taking a fight with the Liege, trying to take away control of middle, and that's going to be successful. How much do they commit here? They've got lots of time so they can fall back towards Catwalk if they want. But they're going to commit out. Nice flick from Stewie, and the smoke reactively onto the B tunnels as it is a B split attempt, but it's not going too well here now for ATK. Liquid is starting to outmuscle them.
Oh, Nafly ran into a box, and that appears to be a problem. Just like Micro Machines. They're lining up. Floppy with 5 HP now. And it seems that Twist knows how much damage he did. Adren patiently waits, pulls out an AWP. They've got 2. They're good to go, Liquid. Resetting ATK. But the money's good for ATK, mostly. MOTM is somewhat short.
I felt like they kind of rushed things a bit there after that pick.
Yeah, I mean, that window opposition is so OP if you get a kill and live. They didn't have a tunnel guy quite close enough to just run out and take the 1v1 on the guy not opping. So I think that could have changed around. But they just didn't have someone in position yet.
Nice.
Well, that's one way to start the proceedings. Elise running up mid, getting caught from T-spawn by a T-spawn smoke of short. And that's a gun to be collected. Floppy creeping up, there's no one as a challenge. We've got to bundle into the B-bomb side. There's still work to be done by ATK. They've got Molotovs, there are counter flashes for Days. Stu misses the first shot, and there's Clay Pigeon time. Watching default, got to be careful though. But he's patient, Stewie.
Floppy's lurk needs to come into play sooner than later here. It's going to be very difficult. Twist is already looking for it. And maybe it could come into play now because Twist is the only one left. My goodness. ATK really making this work somehow. And it looks like Twist is going to need some trouble soon as the angle is prepared. But, well, you got to get the shots too. And Twist will survive, it seems. I did not expect that to work. That missed shot from Stewie, maybe. That's hurt a little bit.
But they're also playing so passive. In the one was window, one was door, and I mean that's a setup that you can definitely run if you hear some fast mid presence. Maybe you want to fight for mid, but that was just a gamble from the start of the round that they took. And obviously, if they go B in that time frame, you're just gonna lose the site.
Yeah. So ATK with the right guess, the right play. Now they're in a good position. The money's kind of broken for the CTs. That was pretty phenomenal. That was such a huge kill to get.
I'm also a little bit worried because Stu is the guy who's opping now, so we're not going to see those timing mid peaks and flanking lower that Stu was doing in the previous ECS game, just because he's not going to be able to do that with an op. So we'll see how that pans out, how much info we can get mid round against ATK.
Mixed bag from Liquid. Don't look likely to secure the bag. Flick from Nafly. It's nice to have the moving speed of the scout scoped in to flick through the doors like that. Stewie will get absolutely blasted from Sonic straight in the dome. MOTM looking for a play, sensing something, and fragging something. Sonic's in the B-bomb site. Nafly by the window, thinks that nobody's home, but somebody most certainly is. What is there to do now?
Yeah, if you kill someone up a dock like in a push like that, and there's no one with him, you can be sure that the CTs don't have anybody on the A side, the B side, so it's just so free. Because if there was someone on that side, that person would be made redundant by that push unless it was a trap. But no one ever makes traps like that on this maps, and why would you? So it's going to be another round to ATK. They're converting pretty well on their T side so far. I'm really curious how far this ATK team will go, because so far they've shown great synergy as a unit that's working really well off each other.
Yeah, they seem to know what their strengths are and they play to them in a positive fashion. They will fall away from the B-bomb side. It's always nice to know how far you need to go from a bomb site to save, because there can be some situations where, for example, a CT might have that choke point and you don't necessarily want to go through that, but you don't necessarily have to either. You could even save in the B bomb site depending on how much your health you have by the car position. So it's always good to do the offline study. You can shorten the bomb timer to 10 seconds. Just test what happened here, there. The default begins. Liege is on Cat. He's looking downstairs. Got to be careful of this boost. He is holding the right angle for it. Ooh, he's ready, Liege. He's looking for a second one. He needs to, because you can see the buy, or almost lack of, from Liquid. Twist is here to collect the weapon, however. Jumping from JT, and that's the opportunity come and gone to Twist. Dren taken out in mid. Nafly with the scout once again. He's had quite a few scouts in this half so far. And here he is with another one. OC tagged again, and there is the strafe past the doors, the fast strafe of the scout and the flick. And the bomb has been lost in suicide. This changes the round.
Yeah, ATK hanging out for a little bit too long there. Liquid are at their weakest when the bomb is down. That's in this kind of a round. And they're at their strongest when Naf gets to shoot if Naf gets to shoot 30 scout shots, if he gets that many spots before the bomb's been planted, that's like the best possible scenario. The fact that they have 2 smokes, one was just used to get the bomb, and Naf now you have to wait for the reload of the scout.
Look how much time this is wasting. The bomb still hasn't been collected. Sonic is looking over the smoke. There's 29 seconds on the clock. However, Liquid are postured towards B. They have no angles towards A. Once they realize this, there's only one smoke to cross. Doesn't know the MSL smoke, as you can see. So there is a chance. Twist is holding the gap. He spots 2 cross. Where is the third? The bomb will fly over. And they're going to go for it. Most of the players on the site. Will anybody go towards long? Twist heads up towards short. Rifles are collected from B tunnels. There's a flashbang for Liquid. That's about it. Street posts up on Goose.
JT with the headshot there, looking for more, trying to buy some time as well. Got to be careful with this. You can use your teammate on a Goose to get too close. And there's a double P, and that's exactly what I mean. Good stuff. What was that about Pooh, James?
I don't know what you're talking about, Dan.
Okay.
I was going to say poosts, not poops.
It's really
Thank you
funny
very much.
because it wasn't funny to me until everyone in the production gallery started giggling like children. Then it was actually really funny.
Marvelous. Well, Liquid. I don't know if Liquid have. They have had AWP. I don't know how many they've had. They've had way more scouts than AWPs though, which signals a bad half. 4 rounds on SCT side. Not the easiest side of Dust 2. It can be très difficile for the francophones among us. Très difficile. And ATK will bundle into the B-bomb site, it seems. Will they just walk in with no warning? Will there be a grenade or 2? There is a lurk grenade. There's a... Oh, he chooses against it, Trent. Got to decide what he wants to do quickly. There's a crossfire for the CTs. Trent taken out. There's a flashbang from some support players. But ultimately, ATK's numbers will prevail. Nafly and Twist remain in CT spawn and spray through the doors, but 2 players have already crossed for ATK. Bomb planted default. They've got a molly in the smoke in the hole, so this will not be easy for Team Liquid if they even choose to go for it, which they won't.
Oh, he's got the stat track Howl. Can't be cheap.
Very much is not cheap.
How much are they?
Not cheap.
5 grand?
A factory new without stat track is probably about $1,500 now.
Oh, that's not as bad as I thought.
That's without the stat track.
Yeah.
So with probably 4K plus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yikes. What are the Howls discontinued?
You don't need a Howl though. Get the radiation hazard. It's got a black and red combo. The Howl is just hype beasting. I had one. I bought it for 700. I sold it for 1100. Went to watch money with the Dragon Law and my MP7 whiteout, which I actually dearly miss.
Well, Liquid are in a lot of trouble here. ATK have, it looks like they're finding a huge amount of success with their trade-based gameplay, and Team Liquid's unable to find the value that they need. I thought the defense was going pretty well when Sui got that 2k by Cars, like this is looking good. But ATK were able to turn it around somehow, and here we are, looking like they're going to get the 9th round on the board unless something weird happens. There's always a chance of weirdness in a game of Counter-Strike. But it's unlikely. Flash play coming in for Ali. What can he do with it?
Swing. They made the play. Didn't go as they would have liked. Man, so many eco rounds and just bad buys for Liquid in this half. Very notable. It's a re-aggression, a nice lineup, and Floppy will be spotted, but he's in the corner. He's safe. Leech cannot go too far. He doesn't know what is around the other corner, and indeed, the cavalry was here. The horses ready to trample. Twist with the M4 needs to try and get something done, but he's just waiting towards long. There's no challenge towards long. Again, ATK abusing the numbers, looking to exploit their advantages. But they are heading towards the B bomb site. JT will be spotted. There's a trade from Floppy. Players coming in through the middle position now, and again, Twist is well out of position to do anything with this M4. Spraying through the smoke with hope, with wonder, with prayer. It will all fail.
I think Liquid kind of waiting around in sights on their gun rounds is not really producing much results. The rounds where they've had some good successes when they fought around mid, had an upper window maybe. Adren was locking down the B tunnels. Nap kind of dropped and was seeing the spawn. They were all fighting for mid. Liege was there too. That's kind of when they were looking a little bit more in their element. So maybe they need to start, you know, fighting for mid and cat a little bit more and not just playing passive in the sites. They're giving up too much map control.
No defuse kit for Naf. And they are keeping an eye on things. And there we go, just like we said. You don't need to leave the tunnel when you're high on health, and they won't. Just in case someone's trying to steal something outside.
One of the cool things about ATK as well is that they're like a seriously hungry team. Really awesome to watch super hungry teams. Because they're going to have a level of urgency and focus for online matches that will be something that will surpass. It's kind of a great equalizer for a team that's, let's say, that's used to grand final stages. That's where they bring out their best performances with that pressure. You get a bit numb to. It's harder to put in the same level of focus as in those situations and deliver the same level of performance. But for a team like ATK, this is their grand final stage.
Yep. And I think Floppy has had something like 10 or 11 seasons of MDL before this. And I mean, that's an insane amount of, well, one, just being an MDL, but he's also built up that endurance of just online matches, right? So I think he's someone who's definitely looking to prove himself, and he has a chance now.
This would be so huge for ATK, and they are looking pretty good here. Trying to get across to the A-bomb site. There is Naflight on the site. Twist on Catwalk. He secured it. So they have a base of operations now to hold on to. Will they have a Molotov for Naf's position? That would completely do him in. There is one Molotov on OC, but it's not going towards Gandalf just yet.
Ooh. That smoke may cause problems for both sides, actually.
There it is.
There's a continued exchange. That's a great shot from Stewie. How is it not a headshot? I don't know. JT and OC remain, and maybe there are 6 rounds in this for Team Liquid. Maybe they're not. Then again, JT by that goose position. Great headshot. Spots one. There's a swing from Twist. And now OC can be triple peaked. Hiding in the corner. And 3 will survive. Number 5 for Team Liquid. It's been a drought. It's been arid. 5 rounds in a row for ATK. Comes to a stop as they attempt number 6.
With all those smokes in a row, it's so hard to know what's going to happen on the bomb side. Who has the favorable angles and duels, and Stewie with a great shot there. That really opened everything up. It's a good effort though from JT, you got to say. All right, Liquid fighting back, giving themselves a 5th round. That's going to help out pretty dramatically, but still need to get another one. Liquid giving up long completely here. 2-1-2. Twist is extremely vulnerable here. Oh, he has no idea they're going to burst through straight through that. Oh my god, that's the perfect way to handle this. That delayed take was timed perfectly.
Nightfly having a look. Too many man. The rush continues. The Molotov hits a player in the back, but no harm done. Stewie has a gap, but he's looking for a peek from upper. And the bomb will be planted for the platform. OC is on the platform already with the AWP. ATK have designed this. Last round of the first half, they've got to go for it. Brent will catch Sonic. Stereo frags for Team Liquid. Stewie looking for information. Is there a boost to be had? Perhaps there is. MOTM, though, will surely catch it in that goose position. Smoke to create some space. Stewie going for the flick. Still alive somehow. Elige putting in some work, and now it is Stewie. And surely the bomb is far too ticked. OC still in that platform position. He's got no chance to defuse this. Stewie. There's the last frag from MOTM. 10 rounds for ATK on Dust 2 to the 5 of Liquid on their CT side. It's a bad start. Will it be a bad finish for Liquid on Dust 2? We'll find out after the break.
Start your path to pro. Begin your matchmaking experience with like-minded players. Climb the ranks, meet your teammates, and make it all the way to the top. Rise through the ranks to the FPL circuits and play alongside the best players in the world. And who knows, you might just be the next Saiwu. Begin your road to pro at FACEIT.com.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Back. Indeed, we are back. Liquid now on the T side with Adrenaline standing in for Nitro. They've got a lot of utility on this T pistol. They have no P250s though, even with the range of Dust 2 taking Kevlar on 3 of the players. A fast smoke up short. MOTM moves back towards the B-bomb site. 3 players waits on A for ATK, who's suddenly become a favorite on Dust 2. 1.48 in the eyes of Pinnacle. But will Liquid be able to close the eyes of ATK with some headshots in this round?
Well, here goes Liquid straight into the A-bomb sites. Dropping some players down, just try to split onto it. And Blob B only gets one. JT from a distance, can he gets one? He's got OC to help him out. Looking to try to stop these players from planting the bomb. They do not want to see any creeks in that second round, and they may be able to do that indeed. The creeks have been denied. Creeks are
Denied.
Absolutely
As they were saying,
denied.
Quake. Is it
That's
Quake?
so nice, Thomas. Was that? Yeah, that is Quake.
I think I have that sound on my phone actually.
That one is Quake. People often they often confuse the Unreal Tournament and the Quake 3 announcers, respectively.
Let me see if I can find the sound. There we go.
Denied.
Right there.
Denied.
Denied. Marvelous.
That's
It's
when,
looking,
like...
It's looking kind of rough. They've lost effectively both pistols. I think they got the pistol but lost the second round in the first half, Liquid did. And now they just lost this, so it's going to be a tough comeback if they don't get one of these next 2 rounds.
I feel like ATK are going to win this. I don't think this one's happening for Team Liquid. Well, how about that? 1 player taken out. ATK won't mind. They're 4 rounds away from the first map versus Team Liquid. A perfect storm, perhaps, for ATK to try to make it to Arlington, Texas. Hope you like some tri-tip and brisket. Because there's plenty of that and not much else. What do you mean, vegetables?
Is that denied soundbite? That actually plays if you're about to pick a power up and someone gets it like a half a second before you picks it up. It plays that.
Ooh, Steam messages. Who could it be?
Maybe it's Muya.
Liquid's asking for help.
Wow. Sass. Minute 30 on the clock. Liquid. They might not need any help. They've got Kriegs.
They can still do this. I mean, this is a T side. You're playing the stand-in. And Elise died.
The timing is too perfect. They can do this. Oh, God.
Well, I'm gonna need some gold FAMAS. You know, since I feel like with the gold FAMAS, your clutch factor goes up by 3. Because I've got mad clutches with the FAMAS, the gold FAMAS. Multi-frags.
Use the burst.
Just never existed. I've not used the burst.
I might try to see if it's just really good somehow.
You're not going to do that at all,
It is,
Dan.
I know it's really bad.
You're lying. You
but-
are not going to try it even
But we
once.
thought the Krieg was crap for ages. The Krieg was like this forever.
Why would you limit yourself? What if 2 people swing on you and you're on burst fire? Then what?
Just
You're
transfer.
dead.
You transfer.
There's no reason.
Dude,
You're going to
burst-
transfer with burst, where it's just going to stop firing.
Exactly, burst transfers. That's the next.
Okay,
next
so basically you're going to put ray tags on. Liquid moving into the B bomb site. Sonic hasn't done it. Clearly he needs a gold FAMAS as well. Man advantage for Liquid as they've taken the B bomb site despite having lost the first player, and ATK are falling back. The conservative approach, perhaps.
Yeah, especially on the CT side on Dust 2. I think being on the conservative end with your money makes a lot of sense. They do have retake. They would have had the retake utility to try to take the site, flashbangs, the mollies as well. But you know why? It's just like such a gamble, such a low percentage. It's not worth it. I mean, I'm waiting until the day that someone actually does all the numbers, just like the likelihood of, let's say, this retake versus the money saved, the weapon saved, and how likely you are to win the following rounds, or you know, what are the expected rounds you may win in the future based off of the extra money that will be available, and so on and so forth.
So you want a crystal ball, Dan?
I don't think you can simplify the game to numbers like that.
Well, it's not simplifying. It's just probability. It's just probabilities.
Yeah, to simplify your decisions, right?
I mean, it's just probabilities. Which, you know, if you have the assistance of numbers backed up by professional matches, if you mine the data,
So you are trying to
Parcel
simplify your
data.
decisions then?
then
Why don't
you
you
know,
just say yes?
you can have a mathematical representation of probabilities based off of professional matches
To simplify your decision.
to show the probabilities.
Yeah, but
of
for what
things.
purpose?
So that you can really understand the numbers instead of just guessing. Oh, I feel like it's this or like that. You just actually have numbers.
And do what with the numbers? Simplify your decision, Dan. But I don't think. I think there are too many variables in terms of the utility you have, the positions you're in,
The player's you is.
the players you is as well. Yeah.
This is going to be bloody, isn't it? Meeting of the minds. Ooh, the setup might work out though for ATK. Oh my god, they got so much value. Oh wow, I did not expect that. That was just 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
How did they? It felt like it was 3 of them there.
Smash all the things in your house. Look at them, been devastated. Demoralized. They've been overcome by a swarm of locusts, and there is nothing left to eat. Ren showing presence in the B bomb site, but without the bomb's on shorts. Nafly makes his way from long.
That's the first two gun rounds. Adren on both of them was in a lurk position, and I feel like in this situation you want to try to get him to open up the entry and create some space. Imagine if he was the one jumping across cat here, and then you have Elysian and Twist trying to trade. I think a little bit more value could come from utilizing a stand-in.
He should be the
Like
first
that.
one to die.
Essentially.
He should be the one attracting the bullets. He should be the bullet magnet. He should be taking the. He should be protecting the VIP, which is everybody else on the team.
I agree.
Fast out of middle, very, very fast indeed. Oh, but their presence has been announced and it wasn't a kill, so that does give ATK the best chance that they could have against this. Some warnings to delay, but the headshot, the deagle is severe, and the flashbang
Why are they
as
shooting
well.
in there?
He was very blind.
Arabian weddings, mate.
He
Gotta
was
get the
very
AKs
blind.
out. Blast them bullets into the sky.
Yeah, I think he got. I don't know what the pop flash was, but he couldn't see anything. I felt like they'd have a chance there because you know, at least didn't get the kill instantly, so they get time to prepare. They know what's happening at that point.
Yeah, I think Stu's kill on the guy on plat was pretty big.
Yeah.
Just kind of jiggle one tapped him with the dig. It's an unlikely round win, but it worked out.
Yeah, but do they have to rely on unlikely round wins at this point to come back? It's interesting the question we posed about Adren being in a lurker position, because again, I mean, you might change 2, maybe even 3 roles at that point. Perhaps you simplify your game to deal with the lack of a full roster for the match.
Yeah, I mean, Nitro isn't a lurker for them, so to me it's an odd decision. Maybe it's something they went into the game saying that, hey, like we're just gonna take map control together. We already know all the ways we do it. Adren, just kind of watch our back. But we'll see. I guess it'll be clear in this next gun round if that is kind of the game plan they have.
Well, the money's starting to the money machine. The supreme money gun starting to run out of notes. Can't splash the cash so much anymore. Unless, of course, they are very successful in this round. Oh, Elige has got a lot of knives. He's got a stiletto. I haven't seen this one, so his shuffle game is on point. He's been clearly winning too much money.
Every day he's shuffling. Catwalk very quickly from Liquids, rushing that catwalk position. Do they keep going though? Slow things down. Right now, ATK are extremely out of position to defend A. A would be the best attack for Team Liquid. But do they try to go A, or will they try to fake A? That's actually a CT smoke. It's kind of annoying because it kind of hurts your, although it's not flush, but it kind of hurts your ability to throw your own lurk smoke, and then if you wanted to use that lurk smoke to throw some nades or to fake, you know, it just blows up your timing a little bit. Could have waited out. Finally it goes away, and they'll set up their own smoke. There it is. Oh, beautiful. All times incendiary there.
Very nice. And we don't see enough counter grenades behind those smokes. Hot flash from Stewie makes his way downstairs, and Sonic
Ooh, he
must
knows.
have realized, yeah. But I think Stewie realizes as well. But then who's at your advantage? The clock is with ATK at the moment, but the numbers game isn't. We got kills all over the map. It's in fact B where the bomb is going, and OC presses the radio button, and there's simply no response.
I think in like 2 seconds, 7 players died across the map. That was mad.
You also got the answer, so Adren is working upper B. So, yeah, I guess for some reason, Liquid wants to play it so that he's at the edge and not part of map control. and hope for the best with their core 4.
Trust the core.
Do you eat apple core if you eat an apple?
No.
I just eat the whole thing now.
With the seeds.
Yeah, all of it. I pull off the thing at
Wow.
the top, but I just can't be bothered. But I'm just like, why not eat it? Why not eat all of it?
Is it crunchy?
What's wrong with the core? Why not eat the core? Just eat the core.
Is it bitter?
I'm an animal. It's like being. I feel like I'm in Kruger Park. You know, I'm out
Krieger
there.
Park.
Huh? Krieger Park, no
Yes.
Kruger Park. I
Okay.
see what you're doing, but no, I'm talking Africa, baby.
Africa.
Yeah.
He says he's an animal and a caveman. Yeah, he just bought a glass snail file. So you may. I don't
Look,
know.
I
man.
walk
Where's
different
apple core?
paths. I walk different paths. Okay.
Some contradictions here.
I'm a manicured animal.
It's very pretty, though. I'll give you that. Right. Oh, okay. We could have definitely selected the correct spot. It's that moment though where ATK realized. I don't know what they'll do with OC. You got the AK. Do you just keep it at this point? I don't know if you can really expect to do anything. Like, you can't retake from a choke point. They're going to have long on lockdown. There's literally no... There's no choke point that will be workable for ATK here, so...
Ooh, I want to see a Dren get a nice 5k right here.
They could try bursting long because if they... I think they should wait for the bomb to come and then burst long perhaps, but they're actually going to find...
That was close.
Adren, yeah. There's another gun.
Pulled out the Molotov. Oh dear. Now Twist gets his bell rung as well, down to 3 HP. And
Don't lose...
there's
second
not a lot of
AK.
success right now for Team Liquid. Nafly just trying to buy some time. And fortunately for Liquid, I feel ATK are moving away.
Yeah, I'm glad that ATK do this as well. Like, sometimes teams do this, they get the kill and be like, and they get the second gun, and then they think, oh, let's go and attack now, and then they lose everything. It's like, no, you got the second gun, that's the win. Especially considering it's an AK. That's very nice. It's very nice. Even the Emperor skin, the JT. So, oh, that's an Emperor as well. Jackpot.
Is it Empress?
Empress, yeah. I guess so, because it's... I don't have those skins, so I don't know what's called what.
Yeah, Emperor's mad expensive.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, people think it's like the nicest CT skin. Or
Wow.
at least outside of the Howl. Although it is aesthetically nicer than the Howl. I think it's fair to say. I think if you look past the contraband bit, the Howl... I never thought it was the most handsome gun, but I think I have to admit I'm a bit of a happy, so I did have one at a time.
Bullet Rain's my favorite.
The radiation hazard does the job, and it's good for Slickers. Nafly and Twist will take the long position. This is good. Team Liquid are closing the gap. Now we have to start to wonder, because there are 4 rounds between these two teams, and there are 2 opening frags. OC will be able to escape, but what's the approach now? Do they play from CT spawn and look for an opening? Maybe they don't get a chance to because a Liege is coming in from the back quietly. Look how he's not running. You can see JT still trying to hold down a short position. Moonwalking to his doom. Down he goes, and maybe there's no escape now for ATK. They will be contained in CT spawn. They'll be contained like it's Ghostbusters.
Yeah, ECS has somehow navigate his way to safety, but the bomb's rotating to B, which is very odd. ATK probably realized this at this point, but obviously there's not really all that much they can do. Naf, will he survive? He does survive. Again, OC has to also live. He's not got any Kevlar.
He's naked.
He's a naked
He's
nudist.
running around naked, which does happen in America. Was that Coney 2012 guy? He was caught running around naked, screaming at people. Remember Coney 2012?
No.
No?
No. Who's
This guy made this massive campaign. He's Joseph Coney. He's like this... Ooh, OC with some highlights. He's a guy, he's a bad guy in Africa, like a militant dude going around,
I remember now.
you know, being bad. And this American guy's like, we've got to find Joseph Coney, let's make this massive campaign. He starts putting posters up all over America. That's an ace, by the way. An eco ace, essentially, or a saving ace. So props for that. I'm not going to go crazy, though. We saw that once from Flaren, by the way, on Dust 2 as well. Yeah, he's like, oh, we've got to, you know, put all these posters up in America to catch Coney in Africa. Didn't work out. But apparently he went crazy and was just like recorded on the street naked, just screaming or something. So, you know, had a bit of a breakdown. Anyway, enough about naked people in America, because now he's got himself some Kevlar OC. He's held onto the AWP, did a fantastic job of that. But there's not much around it.
They keep doing damage on this cross every time. Literally 40 damage. 30, 40 damage.
How do you feel about this?
Maybe they should, maybe the CT should try going lower, because they keep jumping into the bullets.
Stewie knows his angles. MTM collects the orb. Sonic really needed at least one of, well, 2 kills would have been really interesting, but Liquid will have a lot of momentum towards that B-bomb site. JT spotted as well. Can they hold on to the orb? That's the question. Needing to hold on to it. Nice shot from MOTM. Ooh. A gun? A gun. But there is a T nearby. He's not starting to push, Dran. And AK and AWP, and they've actually got control of A, and Long is available too. So this is not a bad spot for ATK. Obviously, Liquid keep having success in planting the bomb. This is a problem. You said it was recoverable.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. They're definitely they're trading out right now in their favor. They established they're down to go fast long if they have the spawn, so it needs to be respected now by the CTs. And at the same time, they're getting the trades on CAD and mid, and that's difficult. Now the CTs are going to have to kind of get more info, or kind of have to guess, if they don't, how to play the mid round.
Look at the money for Liquid. The sheer amount of money. ATK have been in Save Simulator 2019. And but if they win that one round, well, actually again, it's not the old economy, so it won't be terrible, but there will be some impact.
It's when you win. If it's when you win 2 rounds and then you get reset and you have no money afterwards. That's when you have real problems with your economy, which is interesting because that basically wipes out the bonus. It goes down 2 each loss.
Ooh, that's nasty opening frag from Stewie. Put in a position to succeed a fallback from the Flames. Not too much damage done. And only 5 versus 4. They've got a minute 30. To choose what to do, MOTM is in fire, surrounded by fire. He'll be forced from his position. Leash finds an angle through the smoke or around the smoke, and Floppy goes down. MOTM in a one and done spot, but there is no one, just done. JT and Sonic remain. Sonic in CT spawn. That could have been the second one. They've got to be careful. Don't throw this away. There is a flank from a Dren, just like there was from a lead in a round prior. Some tagging. And Sonic is going to fall as well. Liquid are everywhere. They're swarming like the Zerg army. They're spreading the creep.
At some point, the CTs are going to stop giving up those early kills. Stewie's gotten a lot of them this game. And they're keeping keys in the game single-handedly, because 5v4, Dust 2, you can get those kind of weird flanks going, take A, but then Adrenaline Leash is flanking B. And they're just getting away with a lot of map control and being able to do stuff like that just because of those opening kills.
Bullets.
A lot of damage.
33 damage again. It's always on JT as well.
Oh boy, Elish. The StarCraft aim is here, baby. OC will tag. He will receive less than he delivered. The bomb was spotted. That could have been dangerous. Ooh.
Oh my.
No Picorino. Maybe the Flames had something to do with that.
Any more flashbangs here? Oh, he's been spotted. He's got to get out of there now. Forward. Smoked. I like that. That will not be there for too long though. That'll go away around 56 seconds. They're going to hightail it towards B. JT's on 20 HP already with a bombers. We know where he is, I would imagine, given the spam. He is very nadeable, molotovable, smokable, flashable,
Slayable.
slayable. He should probably spray through this right now. Obviously he can't know that, but here comes the push. It's a good start from JT. Only gets to 1. Sonic though, the player with the M4 with the position. Can't get enough. Oh, that had to be a connection, OC. Even if he dies afterwards, that had to be a connection. And that's going to be another round going towards Liquid. Floppy has committed to the save.
Liquid are doing it the hard way, but they are doing it. Round after round after round. The whole team is fragging.
Yeah, Alicia and Stewie are really like getting these key impact kills repeatedly. Impressive stuff.
If Floppy knew how low they were, perhaps he goes for it. Perhaps he doesn't. Only flashes. HE would have been handy, but here we are. 13 to 13. ATK, you've got to be really feeling the pressure now. Had such a nice lead, that has all disappeared. They've only got 3 rounds on their CT side. There were only 5 for Team Liquid, but that'll be enough to tie the score in round 26. Almost everybody over $10,000 to Team Liquid. That was a great shot from Elige. MTM a little slow on a trigger finger there.
This is a tough timeout in the sense that they're kind of just losing opening kills. It's not like they're doing anything inherently poor. They're just losing every single opening fight to Liquid right now and playing every round 5v4, 4v5 I should say. So there's not much to fix here besides just maybe double up. Try to get on those choke points, double up so you can at least go 1 for 1 instead of going 0 for 1 right now. You don't want to make the adjustment of just saying don't go for the kills, play passive, because then a whole other set of problems might happen. So I think, again, it's like they lost a lot of rounds, but it is because of the opening kills. Don't panic, just get a teammate with you, do something together.
We'll see if they can find something here. Again, these are the rounds where it's unlikely, but somehow the pistols, it just gives that air of confidence to swing, to find headshots, to be in the underdog position, where sometimes everything goes your way, and that's a good start from OC. It's interesting that ATK are all about 5-7 life. See, it works out for JT. There's a guaranteed one. 4 versus 3. Liquids have a flank on the way as well from MOTM. This could get pretty dangerous. The lack of utility here for the retake is going to be worrying though for ATK. They've got to burst together. And it's actually only 2 players on the side. Twisters at A long right now.
Another flank. They've been successful with them on these retakes. Adren trying to buy time to activate this flank, and there is a play coming in from the tunnel. Twist starts to tap, but it doesn't make a fatal connection. There we go. That's a good level of damage there from Twist, and he's made it doable for Nafly. Those flanks have actually ruined ATK, be it from A towards B, but mostly B towards A. And now Liquid are in the lead.
I'm really surprised Twist had time to get that off, because it seemed like ATK they could have just run in. They had time to just run in for so long.
Yeah, it seemed like his pathing was almost dictated by comms when Liquid took B and they realized that they were kind of gambling towards A. So I think Twist was told he had a long time to kind of just do his thing. So it works out. He almost missed a couple of shots there. I guess he did miss a couple of shots. Ended up converting.
Double ults to full buy. This really feels like it has to be the one for ATK this round. Not a bad shot from Sonic. What a trade. Taking down Stewie. OC force from his position. Knows that means that they'll take position on Cat. Throws a nade. That's how you do it.
Worm in the air. Well, finally ATK is turning things around.
That angle is so CT-sided too.
But now let's see. They're in a very strong position to win out here. But they need to do it with number 5, I would imagine. Oh my god, Adren, that's a great shot from him. MTM just goes straight into the reticle. 2 players per site. Liquid falling away from the short position, but Floppy will get this information very quickly indeed. But will it be fast enough to respond? JT was spotting through the doors as they make their way through. Puts a smoke up. Sonic is by the crawl space. Down falls the bomb. 2 versus 3. Elige in the back of the site, and now it's down to Adren. You won't even be able to see his captor, if you will. And the score is tied once again. ATK finally putting some work in. 3 players surviving is also important.
So they can't rebuy the second AWP though. I don't know how impactful that's going to be for them, but yeah, the 2 AWPs is definitely important on this map.
Adren had one by the window. Not sure if they were able to say, oh no, it's Sonic by the window, so there we go.
Yeah, no all for AC here.
Now, if ATK lose this round, they're not going to have any money. But we've seen those kind of rounds won plenty of times before.
Burst up the cap from Liquid, and there's nothing to stop them until they reach the site. I see there again, he's not got an AWP from Car, and that's kind of where you want the AWP on the A defense.
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. He's upping mid, Sonic is, and they have rifles holding some deep angles against some couple Kriegs. Let's see what happens. Most likely the Krieg will win the...
Nice sound cues given by ATK. MOTM waiting for the setup smoke to respond with the Molotov. OC's got 2 flashes, so if he's aware of the palm tree flashbang, he could catch Liquid off guard. If you hold left, right click and walk back a little bit, aiming at the palm tree but really high, and the flash goes off behind the palm tree, no one can see it coming. It's a pretty free flashbang if your timing is right. Speaking of timing, there's an Afly. OC waiting now. There's an early molly from MOTM. Forced forward because of the loss of long, I presume.
Yeah.
Standing in a smoke now, MOTM is hoping and praying. OC is going to be the first aggressor, spraying, trying to fall back. Sonic's going to deliver a kill top mid. OC's taken up, but MOTM is still in the smoke. This could be a round-winning play, starting to flank now. Will he be looked for? The flashes will continue. Looking for 2 MOTM, and it's a 2 versus 2. Twist with 2 HP, all the 2s. Sonic coming up on the ramp, and Twist will take him out. He's ready, but where is JT? Will they expect the same position?
So difficult to deal with, but JT still gets the kill onto Twist. Stu is fairly weak, and he finds the finish. JT, under all the pressure in the world, as far as ATK are concerned, is going to secure map points. That's impressive. That went down to the wire. There's so many ways that could have gone wrong. I thought with the kill on long, I figured that the round was going to be over. ATK had some serious decisions to make. They made the right one by playing close to the smoke, the setup smoke. That's insane. Wow. Yeah, that's so insane.
He got closer because of that kill, but I thought Liquid did a pretty poor job on defaulting this round. They exec late, but they never cleared mid, so the CTs never had a reason to play closer to CT, so they just had free play.
FAMAS is out on floppy, but the double AWPs are back. Sonic now looking in the mid position, which allows OT to be by the car with the second AWP, so they have everything in its right place in that respect. Floppy close long doors with the FAMAS, and Liquid look towards the B-bomb site this time. Maybe the 4 regular players for Liquid play together for that synergy and leave Adrenaline in isolation. Maybe it's easier that way, but they do make plays into the B-bomb site. JT spotted by double stack. Surely there'll be counter flashes to come. Adren with 2, and Stewie looking to bring this to overtime. Floppy and OC, what can they do? There's no saving to be done. Great 180 from OC, but he needs so much more than that. Starting to creep now. Another flashbang goes too deep, and he's baiting for his teammate, but Stewie's there to deal with it. OC now in a 1 versus 3. And we are heading indeed to overtime. Despite the best efforts from ATK, and normal time it is not enough, and they have to do more. We have a slight pause before we continue. See you in a second. We're going to break.
your game. 128-tick servers for the smoothest, most responsive gaming experience ever. Ensure you game seamlessly with our state-of-the-art FACEIT anti-cheat. Track your progress with advanced stats within your community, country, or region. This is the true ranked experience. Sign up now at FACEIT.com.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to CS.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
It resumes. The teams stay on the same sides. 15 apiece. Adren with 2 important entry frags in that last round. Keeping up with the team. He's kept sharp. That flight close, but not quite. Long taken by ATK. Switch of the rifles, and indeed it is Dewey with the AWP. Not much sniping done by Dren in this situation. Dewey, one of the snipers in Liquid. No need to change things too much. Molotov behind the door. Sonic looking to creep, looking to get that cheeky pick on B we were talking about earlier, Dusttooth. He's been spotted. He will fall back at no cost. Meantime, it's a deep HE. That's some juicy damage. That could be a one-tap with these M4A4s now. As he will hold a position, but he'll be flash tagged and he'll have to fall back. Awkward for him, but there is an exchange of fire. And position is held somewhat as we reach the minute mark.
Set up smokes coming for Liquids. Eventually, again, for on A. It feels like Liquid are going to win, given the T side we saw. I don't know if ATK's first half that they had is as replicable. We'll have to see. I mean, they did have a pretty consistent approach to it. But there's a drop into CT spawn, and it is covered fairly well by the likes of ATK. 3 left now for Team Liquid as they storm the B bomb side. JT in position, delivers 1 headshot. What do? They can't really stop him from this position, and he's going to annihilate absolutely everybody. And that's the first round of overtime for ATK. So maybe I spoke out of turn. It's a good start for them. They struggled to get CT rounds in the regulation, so that's definitely an encouraging moment for them.
Nice hold. 1 out of 3. Worst case scenario is ticked off. The 0-3 will not be possible in this half for ATK. Maybe that break before the beginning of overtime, well, perhaps it's helpful for both teams, but all eyes on ATK as the relative underdog to discuss what they've seen, what they can expect, and how to respond, how to change things, how to catch Liquid off guard. Don't think Dust 2 is quite the map for gimmicky rounds. They have in store in their last 2 of their CT side. Sonic blind, forced away. Again, those AWPs here, large and in charge for ATK. OC again with some really good timing on these HE grenades. They seem to be in response to things happening elsewhere on the map, and they continue to do damage as part of the default on the T side is to take short, of course.
I was wondering if there's another one to be thrown. That's beautiful damage. Oh.
All this utility, they're really containing. This seems to be some part of the play as well for MOTM and Co. Good for 1 kill. OT's got the flick. Can the bomb even get planted in this situation. We've got Nafly late lurking in the short position while JT goes through long, so there might be flanks on the flanks. Nafly drops a flashbang, but will he expect to play top mid? He's got his flashbang out, and can he put his gun out in time? Apparently he can. 3 versus 3. He may hear JT, I think he did, in that mid position, but where are the remainder of the players? OC's got control of long. We've got a creep on short as well. There's action all over the place. Nafly falling on short now, and things become awkward for Liquid. Get even worse. Stewie alone. We've got jumping AWP action, but he will fall to JT from B to A. He has helped get 2 rounds in a row for ATK.
Yeah, I love what Naf was doing, just like threatening that he's activating the flank by throwing the flash and immediately going back just to buy time, just to try to disjoint the retake effort. But he's looking so sharp on the M4 kills here. 3 in a row, very critical frags as well. Stewie could easily have just taken him out, but confidence speaks volumes here for ATK. 17-15 for them now. And they get a perfect CT side on this overtime. They'll start 4 towards long. Liquid have not really been going hard into long at the rush timings. This angle is definitely not good against an AWP, but Beach is against a rifle. Krieg against Krieg. All's fair.
Ooh, tried to look away, but that was a really deep flashbang. JT with some great awareness there. And now he can take position. You can see Liquid seem to be looking to meet up towards B and make a play with Leash holding that angle, but he holds it no longer. Liquid at great risk of going 0-3 in this first half of overtime. 4 versus 5. Great advantages to be had for ATK, and they may be somewhat expectant towards B now. We've got MO2M in CT spawn who could deploy a flashbang in to counter a play towards B. But that one flashbang, got to be really careful with it. That flashbang is worth a hell of a lot right now. Sonic and JT in the B bomb site. There's the first grenade. There's a Molotov at the back of the site for JT. Will create some space for himself. No spray though. Here we go. It begins. And there's only 2 plays left. 2 versus 5 for Liquid. The flashes keep on coming. And it's a Dren now trying to ace just to get 1 of the 3 rounds. He's got 2 so far, but that's as far as he will get. 3-0 half for ATK. They are in such a strong position right now.
Wow, that's impressive. I gotta say, you know, from seeing a Dren, he looks pretty. He's definitely been playing a lot of CS. He doesn't really look that rusty in terms of, you know, his crosshairs doing what he wants it to do mostly. So, however, they still didn't get any rounds in that first half. I thought ATK would fall apart in overtime. I thought that was what was coming. But they are indeed in such a strong position, and now Liquid have to get 3 CT rounds in a row. They had a great CT side, but you feel like ATK have more information to work with in the current position that they're in. And their defaulting was pretty strong. Like, they had some good defaults. They were getting consistent advantages here and there.
Yeah, and that last CT side, ATK just started hitting their first shots. And, like, that's kind of what they were missing throughout the regular time, and it kind of turned in their favor, and suddenly they kept winning all those situations, and now they're playing every round 5v4 instead of the other way around. And yeah, I think if that keeps up, it looks like ATK is kind of playing better overall, I would say, right now.
Just waiting on one of the ATK players to resume. This is a really difficult spot now for Team Liquid. Playing without Monsieur Nitro today. Unable to play for personal reasons.
Personal gain. And fame.
Are you just saying words, Dan? Is that what you're doing?
They're trying to attain.
Some pain.
Well,
Don't encourage.
maybe they are. But, not looking good right now.
That flying Stewie with the AWPs on the CT side for Team Liquid. The B-holes from ATK to kick things off. Stewie looking for the right timing with his incendiary. And ATK will head towards the B-bomb site, it seems. Maybe there's some presence shown towards long. I can see a smoke on the corner, so absolutely trying to invite Liquid to make an investment towards A, but they're still sitting on 2 players long, ignoring the short position. Rotation will be long, but there are 3 players deep in the B bomb site, so there are gambles being taken here by Team Liquid. That HE could be absolutely glorious. The spray down from Adreni finds 3. Elige should get the 4th, and it's Sonic, but not for long.
That's Adrenaline shot like 4 bullets or something with the M4, and he gets 3 kills, none of them headshots. That's really funny.
The HE was money.
Here we go.
Marvelous.
Well,
that's one. And there are 2 more to go for Liquid. 2 more opportunities for ATK. They have 2 chances to fail. Well, they'll only want to fail 1 more time, of course. And this time they invest towards long, but Liquid are expecting this. They've got 4 players long. Twist goes down in isolation, but there are flashes. How much will they swing? Elige, can they get more than 1? Are there more grenades flopping through the smoke, trying to increase the variance, which may be to their advantage?
Yes, they fell back. I'm so happy about that. So many teams don't do that. Got a kill to fall back. You're in a 3v3, you got so much advantage. Look at the positioning here. They're splitting B immediately. That is so cool to see. Stewie's alone. Gonna go in clutch mode. There's the first one. Oh, he is fantastic, isn't he? He's got the bomb, and he's gonna go and sit on that bomb. Sonic is now alone. Stewie has owned this one. Oh man, I don't know what they can do at this point. They did everything right, I feel like, but Stewie, he was ready for this.
He's so fast, he's devastating. Sonic gonna peek into his own Molotov, only to get punctured by Stewie as well. And then there were 2. They shut down the B bomb site. They read the A play. They shut down A, and then they have Stewie to do things like this. He saw both players re-peeks from a different elevation to give himself a slight edge. And Sonic's jiggle is just not going to be fast enough for Stewie with those young African fibers.
Do you think ATK made a good call there, Valens?
Yeah, I think they should have won the round probably. I think 1 extra flash maybe to. There is a really good flash to blind the window hopper, so you can just start scaling up. Doesn't seem like they've been using it. They've had to sue at that window position a couple times coming up mid, so you know, unfortunate they don't have that in their playbook just yet.
Gonna get out of the middle. Maybe they want revenge against Stewie. Can we need 3 to be Team Liquid? You can only do this for so long. They need the information. And ATK going towards the A bomb sites now. Are they going to just go in? Or are they going to try and harass and get the set of smoke? It doesn't look like they're looking to go in dry.
How big of a clue is that? Stewie spotting 1 player on short. You can see there was a potential response being lined up by ATK. Liquid do not have the angles on A for this. Nafly's moving closer to the site though. Closer to a point of danger. A flashbang behind him. There are Molotovs. He's taking some risk. However, they seem to be heading towards the bomb site. They've put Stewie out of position. He can't see over the smoke. He's too close. Adren has so much to do, and he's got a flashbang which he can't really post up with. 3 versus 3, but Stewie will punish plays at the window. Is there a grenade for the cross? There's no grenade. The bomb needs to cross. How are they going to do it? They'll throw the grenade over, the bomb over. I suppose it's a large grenade. Twist now flanking from the back. OC moving through the tunnel. There's a flash, there's a smoke, it's both on Twist, so it's basically unusable at this point. He needs to just pop heads. OC's making some steps though. Has he been hurt? I think he has. Twist spots him. 1 for 1 now. 2 versus 2 on the retake. They're repositioning the push through the door from Sonic. They've made the right play. The smoke drops from Twist. Need to identify where these players are. That bomb is really ticked. ATK are at such an advantage. No one on the site. This is wasting so much time for Twist. Sonic will finish off the job, and indeed ATK will take the first map. 19-17 in overtime.
That was really impressive. They actually went from strength to strength in the overtime. They had a couple shaky rounds, but they managed to get past Stewie and into the bomb site. And that's kind of that was a big deal. I think you mentioned it, James, just how he was kind of out of position and went into the CT and just behind the smoke. He started to have the impact that he had previously towards B, and that's all they needed.
Yeah, that's kind of a caveat of if they're playing 3 towards B and they don't have any info throughout the round, whenever any fake happens, they're gonna bite because they just have no info. They were overstacked to begin with, so it's one of those. It's unfortunate. It's not like ATK knew that, but they again called the perfect thing on the perfect round, and it worked out for them. Great trades by ATK.
Yeah, 4K from Sonic. And I have to say, I feel like everybody from ATK kind of is contributing when it comes to getting the kills and everything like that. It doesn't really feel like a one-man show ever, really, at any point with them. And that's powerful. That's a powerful thing to have in your team. So well played to them. OC at the top of the scoreboard with many kills. One of those was an AWP save round, so I don't think that was too impactful, but everybody, again, doing damage for ATK.
Indeed. ATK are one map away from making it to Arlington, Texas to the ECS Season 8 Finals over Liquid, who are lacking a Nitro today. But there are more maps to be played. Maybe one, maybe two. Partly up to Liquid, partly up to ATK. We'll find out who gets the decision after the break.